When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, one of my favorite things about it is that I fell in love with the Elemental Hero supports. And when Elemental Heroes first came out on Yu-Gi-Oh GX, I was a huge fan because I was like, wow, these cards look super amazing. So anyways, without further ado, you guys seen my normal hero build, you guys seen my pure elemental hero build, and now we are bringing you out the NEO-SPACIAN build. Yes, we have an elemental hero NEO-SPACIAN build right here. This deck is super fun. We are playing this in platinum rank, so do keep that in mind, because this season I decided I'm going to try to climb with strictly elemental hero NEO-SPACIAN support. And so far it's been on and off, but it's still been fun, so I will keep that in mind. So anyways, as you can see, this is my deck as I have it as right now. I am still making edits to it. At one point I was playing Maxx C's and Ash Blossoms. I decided to cut it as it was just making the deck brick way too much, and I needed to actually get my monsters here onto the field. That way we can start doing some stuff. Anyways, another thing I would recommend is probably playing maybe 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More instead of Forbidden Droplet, but I only have one, so I opted to go with this instead. But anyways guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And if you are also a hero fan just like I am, please let me know in the comment section below. Once again, thank you all for watching. Enjoy. Round 1, we are going second, and the reason I always opt to go second is because just in case I may draw into Dark Ruler No More, and then we could just go ahead and break their board. But anyways, it looks like we are going to be playing against Eld, so I'm going to go ahead and start it out with the Vision Hero Vyon. Vision Hero Vyon is super good in this deck because we could just go ahead and mill the cards that we need, whether it being Elemental Hero Neos or whether it being the Shadow Mist. As you can see, as I toss that into the grave, he is now going to go ahead and summon out the Heavenly Prison. And honestly, that's not really going to bother us. So luckily that this person bricked, because if they didn't, we would have to deal with 5 card set pass, and that would have been annoying. But anyways, we can go to get rid of that. Now we can get our Poly into our hand. You already know what we're about to do. We're about to fusion on up. That way we're going to use Neos and Liquid Soldier. So Neos already being put to use to make a Sunrise. Now I opted to go for Sunrise. That way I could make sure that we could get a draw 2 and then discard 1, right? So that is the plan. We do, however, get our Sunrise banished, but that's okay because now we can activate our Informanoble arms, which is going to allow me to go ahead and equip it. Then from equipping it, I could go ahead and get a monster from my deck, as long as it was a warrior monster. Now with Neo Space Connector, I can summon out the Elemental Hero Neos card, which means we can now Miracle Fusion. We are now going to go into Absolute Zero. Absolute Zero is going to be really good in this deck. I'm going to go into, I believe, Verte. If I remember correctly, yes. We go into Verte, and then from Verte, I'm going to be able to use Zero's ability, destroy all those cards onto the field, send Neo's Fusion, and then finally summon out a Rainbow's Neos card. And because I feel like I don't need Droplet against that deck, I could go ahead and use Neo's Rainbow Neos card's ability to go ahead and put the last spell card that they had back into their deck. But anyways, now it's their turn. They're actually just gonna go ahead and end, and then they're gonna go ahead and also pop the Elixir of Scarlet. So now that they do have 2 cards, at this point I was thinking, okay, well maybe it's Elixir, right? So I am gonna place the Hero Libs, activate Rainbow's Neos, which is gonna shuffle all the spells and traps from their into their deck. And my biggest mistake is, you guys are gonna find out, I always forget, because of call by, I have to turn the activations on, right? So you're gonna see I really do mess up at this point, but it's okay. We are going to activate Verte and Anaconda, use another Neo support, and they are just going to go ahead and scoop against us, because at this point we're going to go ahead and get out the big boy, which was going to be a Brave Neos, and we were just going to be able to end the game. So GG's. Let's get back into the next one. Okay, so round 2, we are going second again, and look, another pot of extravagance. So they are going to just draw 2 and then end their turn. I'm gonna go ahead and just summon out the Vision Hero Vyon because our hand isn't really looking too good, but we're gonna get ashed, so we can't even toss out the Shadow Mist, which does suck. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping that we can recover from this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and attack for 1,000 damage because there's nothing I can really do. Not put our Forbidden Droplet face down. So at this point, I don't really know what we're playing because at first I was like, oh, it could be Eld, it could be Flu, but we really don't know. But it turns out to be Altergeist. So at this point, I'm gonna use Forbidden Droplet because that thing will be able to attack us directly and then activate its effect. Plus with Forbidden Droplet, I can use Shadow Mist, but unfortunately that gets ashed once again. So back-to-back turns of being ashed. Wow, like just incredible. Anyways, they are just gonna go ahead and summon out Link Karibo. That way they can add a card from their deck to their hand, which is going to be the Marinetta. So at this point, they just place one card face down. At right now, I'm still looking and I'm hoping that I could get something. So we're gonna go ahead and activate reinforcements. We're gonna grab ourselves a Stratos. Now at this point, I'm thinking, okay, we're good to go as we're not gonna be hit by another Ash, but you're about to find out. We actually still do get hit, which is kind of weird because they held it so long. Oh, I think that's what it was. They drew Maxx C, and then from the Maxx C, they're gonna hit us with the Ash, but you're about to find out. So it was gonna, I think we got hit like 3 times with Ash Blossom. I'm trying to remember, but anyways, we are gonna go into Sunrise. From the Sunrise play, we're gonna activate Liquid Soldier, and then we're gonna activate Sunrise, which is going to allow us to go ahead and, you know, get the 3 cards, technically 2 cards, but still. And I noticed that we have the Fairy Tale Snow still in our hand, so I can toss that. So at this point, I'm just gonna play through Maxx C, summon out the Fire Flint Lady, and then summon out the Inferno Novo. The way that this can be special summoned, if you have a fire monster warrior, then you can go ahead and summon out the Inferno Knight, right? So because Fire Flint Lady is a warrior type, this allows me to special summon it. So from there, after going into Miracle, I could go into Absolute Zero, and then we're gonna go into Verte. And I'm gonna be honest, every time I try to summon Verte, they end up scooping. You're about to find out. So even with the power of Maxx C, I decided to play through it. I was like, screw it, we're going for the OTK, we're getting Rainbow Neos out, but no, they decide it's time to scoop. And so now we just move on to the next match. Match number 3, and once again I have chosen to go second. So as you guys know, we really like going second with this deck, and for the 3rd time people are starting out with Extravagance. This time we're going against Weather Painters. Now I don't really know too much about Weather Painters. I thought that they do more because they have like skill drain that they can play, but luckily for us, they do not end up playing it this duel, so we can actually work through this. They are going to flip their rainbowed canvas, and then from there, their little banished Weather Painter Cloud is going to come back. And finally, it is our turn. I'm going to activate Rhoda. Now, by activating Rhoda, we're going to actually grab the Solid Soldier. I decided to opt in to put Solid Soldier. That way I can make sure I can either get Vyon onto the field or Shadow Mist if I ever needed to. And then we can go into a Verte play because it would just be pretty easy with just 2 monsters. So finally, we do toss the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is going to allow us to grab our Honest Neos. That is our OTK play. It really does suck though that Rainbow's Neos isn't considered a hero monster, so we can never use it. But could you imagine? It'd be a 4,500 beater with 2,500 extra attack. But anyways, we do go into Sunrise. From the Sunrise, we are going to activate Liquid Soldier's ability, activate the Sunrise, and we're going to grab ourselves the Miracle Fusion. So you guys seen this all before. Unfortunately, every duel that we had, we never were able to go ahead and draw into our NEOS cards besides for Conductor, but it is what it is. But as you see, off of the liquid draws, we actually get ourselves a Harvey's Feather Duster, which is super huge for us. So now at this point, I'm like, we can OTK. The only thing that stops us is if they have a Nibiru, and I said screw it, we're still gonna go for it. So we're gonna go ahead and toss out the Neos and Liquid Soldier, make an Absolute Zero. And then from here, we are going to go into our Verte and Daconda. That way we can try to go ahead and get Rainbow NEOS onto the field. But as you can see, I activate the ability and scoop. So each time we try to summon out Rainbow NEOS, it just gets scooped, and it's it's actually just ridiculous. But let's go on and get into our last match of the day. All right, so this is going to be the last duel of the day, and it looks like we are unfortunately going against Floowandereeze. So we're just gonna get kind of depressed because, like, there's not really much we can do against this deck, because even if we clear it, the stuff doesn't go to the graveyard, right? So we're kind of just sitting ducks. But anyways, let's just go ahead and see what we can do, and see if we can at least play through a board. We do have Dark Ruler no more in hand, so that's pretty good. And then we also have a Hail Levs. But anyways, let's go and speed it up, because they're gonna just take way too long. They're gonna get the M-Pen, and then from the M-Pen grab their trap card, and then they're also gonna summon out their barrier statue. So, you know, just regular Floowandereeze plays. But anyways, it is our turn, so we could go back to slowing it down. We do happily draw into a lightning storm, and as much as I would want to use it to destroy his full like monster setup, I can't. I know for a fact that I have to use it to go ahead and destroy the what's it called, the spells and trap cards, because if we don't, we're not going to be able to actually play, because they're still going to be able to still do their plays. Plus, for Dark Ruler no more, we can probably do something. But anyways, they are going to get their Miss Vyon Apex onto the field, which I was like, okay, so you know, you just happen to have an Vyon Apex, but anyways, we're gonna activate Dark Ruler. They're gonna go ahead and use Ash. So luckily we do have Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is going to at least allow us to play the game. But to be honest, NEO-SPACIAN Aqua Dolphin being in the hand, not the best NEO-SPACIAN to have in the hand, if I'm being honest with you. But it's okay. We can summon out the Stratos. From the Stratos, I know the only thing that can hit us at this point has to be the Effect Veiler, and I'm not even sure if he plays it. So we're gonna activate our equip spell card, get ourselves a Fire Flint Lady, summon out the Vyon, toss out the Shadow Mist. And I'm gonna be honest, if we didn't have to use Dark Ruler no more, we could have easily OTK'd this turn. But unfortunately for us, we were forced to use it, as we would have had no other choice, because they would have had already a negate, plus they have the fact that they have the special summon where we're all negated, plus they have a barrier statue which just stops us from special summoning. So Dark Ruler was literally the only thing we could have done at this point. Anyways, here comes our Miracle Fusion. We are gonna have to toss out the Aqua Dolphin, as we unluckily draw into a Rainbow Dark Dragon. I did not want to draw into that, but you know, we can't really complain. We are going to take a Rainbow NEOS using the Isolate, and then use Miracle Contact. Miracle Contact is going to go ahead with Liquid, send it back to the deck. That way we can go ahead and get off a Brave NEOS. We're going to finally activate Miracle Fusion, and then from here we are going to go into the Absolute Zero, and then finally we can just go ahead and attack. Get rid of this, bang, and then we are going to go ahead and grab the NEOS Fusion from the deck, and then finally we're just going to go in. So at this point, we are going to use our NEOS Fusion. NEOS Fusion is going to make the Rainbow NEOS, and then finally we can put the beautiful card onto the field. Look at this thing just looks so nice. Then I'm going to use this effect to put everything back into the graveyard, because just in case, I mean back into the deck, just in case I did not want them to go ahead and use the trap card. That way they can go ahead and flip our cards back to face down if they summon out a level 7 monster. However, they happily are lucky to have a Stry in their hand, and then with the Stry they can get the Eagle in, and then you're gonna see what happens. Like, it's really crazy how good this deck was for him. Like, if we just had even a fraction of a negate, we would have been fine. But they summoned out the M-Pen. The M-Pen is going to be able to grab the trap card again, the thing I feared most. And then they're gonna get the barrier statues back, and then with the stride there. So we're at this point, we're at a really bad situation as they summon out the Ryza, and then Ryza's gonna send our cards back to the deck, and we can't do anything about that. He does attack and he gets destroyed. I guess he didn't know how heroes work, but at this point I'm like, okay, well, we're fine because I could just use Miracle Contact. And then I realized one thing: Rainbow Neos cannot be summoned by Miracle Contact because it's not listed as an elemental hero monster. I don't understand why they couldn't just call this elemental hero Rainbow Neos, bro. Why? At this point I'm sad because I know deep down I am completely screwed. I should have grabbed the NEOS fusion and we would have been fine, because we could have then just went and summoned out something where we could use it. But either way, this is what happens, man. So even though it's our turn, you know they have the Ryza on the field, right? This person actually plays a second Ryza. So at this point, we are in a very bad situation because they're about to get not only the power of M-Pen onto the field, but also they're gonna get another Ryza onto the field. And we get turned into face down defense, plus they get their other spell card which contribute us. So we're just in a bad spot. But I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's just use Neo Space Conductor, summon out the Neo-Spacian Grand Mo, toss that card into the deck, knowing that Grand Mo is going to return back to the deck. I said screw it, let's just use and go into Brave Neos and just attack. And at this point I know I lost because there's nothing I can really do here, but at the same time at least we went 5 turns, right? So going 5 turns against Floowandereeze and they literally got to get every card they needed, it wasn't that bad. I mean, for the most part we did play through what, 2 boards playing Neo Space. I thought that was pretty good, so I just want to go and showcase this. But this is basically where the duel ends. Anyways guys, if you like the video, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the Neo Space deck. Is it fun? Does it look cool? Do you want to play it? If not, let me know. I can post the deck in the description. Just let me know and I will go ahead and do that. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. As you can see, they're still comboing, and it's and we're just gonna lose our Brave Duels. They're gonna get the Apex Vyon, and it's just gonna be pure pain at this point. And there's nothing we can do because, I mean, that's what happens when we have no negates. And they control everything on my side of the turn and my side of the field. But yeah, anyways guys, thank you all for tuning in. You guys all have a wonderful day. Cal Life is signing out. See ya.